Good evening. How are you? This is Vino Poppy again. I'm coming to you tonight because we were talking about winemakers and wine styles, I think, in the last episode. And I started pulling up articles on different winemakers, and I discovered a new winemaker that I had never heard of before, and it intrigued me to the point where I needed to do some research. So I found something concerning the longevity wines out of Livermore, California. Come to find out that there's this winemaker named Phil Long who's been making wine, I guess, more professionally since 2006, where he established his own brand, Longevity. He basically started in his garage, and it was just an intriguing little story about a winemaker in a fairly lesser known wine region in Livermore Valley. But it was just a situation that reminded me of the number of winemakers that start small boutique operations. Because as I started to read up on Phil Long, I discovered that he started out initially working at other facilities similar to Mac McDonald and Vision Cellars, and then was able to move to his own winery, his own facility. And he started out basically in his own facility, starting out making 500 cases, and now he's up to 2,500 cases in production. That is still relatively small, so he is what we would call a boutique winery, meaning there's a lot of hands-on small batch winemaking as opposed to the larger scale operations that are generally going on. Bottom line is, Vino Poppy is a person who enjoys wines from boutique wineries, primarily because you can generally find a really well-made $25, $30 bottle of wine, where it is a situation that the winemakers have put a lot of care and a lot of love into their product. And it's not mass produced. You have someone that basically has a lot of hands-on. It's not 20 million assistants that are making the wine. It's generally one, maybe two other people. But I started this to basically start a story about a winemaker that I had never heard of before. But trust me, I will be pursuing the Longevity brand to see if I can procure some to taste. It appears as though he's making a lot of different wines. It appears as though he is doing some unique wines. He actually does a Tempranillo out in Livermore. Most of the winemakers I know don't do Tempranillos. They're sticking to the basics. They're sticking to the Merlots, the Syrahs. He does do a Zinfandel. He does do a Cabernet Sauvignon. But he's doing some unique wines. He's doing his slant on a Rhone blend. So, I mean, this guy is doing a doggone thing. Now I need to go and find out how I can find his wine. This is what basically getting into wine is about, which is discovering new wines, tasting them, seeing if you like them. It's great work when you can get it. Bottom line, people, Phil Long is a winemaker to look at. If you get a chance to taste Longevity wines, or if you have tasted Longevity wines, please shoot me back a comment, so let me know how you like his wines, because in the meantime I'm going to be trying to find a way that I can taste them, and if they're good, I'm going to do my damnedest to expose other people to the wines of Phil Long at Longevity. Drink what you like. Have a good evening.